Okay, so I have the honor of presenting our keynote speaker, Patricia or Pat, as she's known, McDonald. And a lot of people know Pat. I wasn't aware of that. She is currently the interim president and CEO of the YWCA until June 7th. Then she hands over the reins. And so this is not new for her. She has been interim president and CEO of the Dayton Performing Arts Alliance, having stayed there for about 18 months. And her prior nonprofit executive experience includes being CEO of the Dayton Society of Natural History, also known as the Boonshoff Museum. And so seems like she's always given the responsibility of managing change in an organization and keeping everybody kind of settled and accepting of transition in a good way. So she's really experienced. Now, she retired as the market president of Key Bank for the Dayton region after 30 years. She's also served as an adjunct professor for the online MBA graduate program at the University of Dayton. She's got a lot going on here, and her bio is in our book. She's won a lot of awards, and I wanted to see me and my technology here. She is currently, now you're a board member of the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce, EPI, what's that? Economic and Professional Foundation. Okay. And are you the incoming chair?
I'm the chair of that foundation.
So she's the chair of that foundation. She's a trustee of the Boonshoff Museum. And let's see, assistant secretary for the Dayton Performing Arts Alliance. She's the emeritus chair, board of trustees for Victoria Theater Association, and past chair of the board of trustees for Kettering Medical Center Foundation. Very good. Because we're having them at our meeting next week. And she's the past chair. Okay, I lost it again. Let's see here. I wanted to bring all this up because she's outstanding and very busy. And so for you who just do one thing, you could do more. So, and maybe you can come to our luncheon one Wednesday and she'll teach you how to do more than one thing. Okay, so the last thing I was looking for was she's the past chair of the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce Board of Trustees and an honorary board member of the Dayton Ballet Association. She has lots of awards, and I heard her story when she received the WISE Women of Influence Award. No, you spoke as interim president at the WISE Women of Influence Award because you received that award in 2007, right? Okay, so without further ado, let's welcome this dynamic lady and hear a few words from her, Pat McDonald.
I'm not as brave as Veronica. I have mine printed out. So I saw the governor and the governor was at the food shop yesterday, and
he was using an iPad and the lieutenant governor was using an iPad, and I thought, I should really do that tomorrow. You know? So I'm very thrilled and honored to be here, very proud to represent YWCA Dayton. And I'll just briefly, yes, I gave one of the speeches at the YWCA's Women of Influence, and I want to take the opportunity to congratulate Carol Pruitt again as one of our honorees for 2023. So it's nice to be and I was talking with the Reverend Dr. Green and chatting about what the Y is to our community, and it's pretty simple. We're the only domestic violence shelter in Montgomery and Preble counties. And our mission is to eliminate racism and empower women. And I was empowered by the Y many years ago when I was honored alongside Carol now. That was 2007, you already know. So I'm thrilled to be in front of this great group of people. I mean, you could be standing here giving this presentation. I know you could, because it is who you are and why you're here as Service Club honorees and representatives. And so you make a huge difference in the Dayton region. So I want to say thank you to you, because I know the work that you do, and many of you in the room. It's been wonderful to be here this morning and see so many longtime friends. Veronica asked me to share this morning work on my volunteer, and you've already heard all those things I've done over 35 years, but I thought I would share a little bit deeper about how those came about and what my role, I believe, is in volunteerism. So we're here to celebrate you on this special day of recognition, who annually gets showcased for doing outstanding work in your organization. I've been blessed to have volunteered alongside many of you committed individuals in this room, and I'm just thrilled to see you today. As satisfying as doing my for-pay job to the best of my abilities, I found that it was never enough for me. Just put it that way. It was never enough for me. When I look across this great community of ours, I was often asked to participate in a nonprofit which could make Dayton a better place. I've not only enjoyed being a professional example over the past 33 years, but perhaps more importantly, an example of a committed community volunteer. I've been blessed to have been involved with a large number of nonprofit groups that I was exceedingly passionate about. And one of the things that I learned along the way is that you have to learn when to say, thank you, but not right now. You can only put so many things on your plate before others begin to suffer. And the ones you choose, you must be committed to. I truly believe as a volunteer, you should have a passion for the work. I have a passion for the work at YWCA. How do you know which passions to pursue? I guess the simple answer is you need to love what you do. I'm preaching to the choir. I know that. Each of you have made those decisions along the way, and you continue to lead the way for others to follow you. While not a native Daytonian, I'm a proud Dayton transplant of 34 years. In 1989, this community was so welcoming that I've told everybody who has ever asked, especially when it came to helping recruit new nonprofit leadership into the Dayton area, that my husband David and I love it so much that we also chose it to be our home in retirement. I've watched our city survive its many transformations during the past 3 decades, and have learned that all you have to do to give back is raise your little pinky and tell somebody you want to be involved. Since arriving here, I have served on numerous nonprofit boards. My first foray into that in 1990 was in the era when a young banker didn't say no to the VP who walked into the office and said, I need you to serve on a board. I warmly recall Chuck Hoschauer at the old First National Bank walking into my office to ask me to represent the bank on the board of the Dayton Ballet. I think I said something like, I took ballet as a young girl. Really? That decision set off my many years of giving back to the arts, to healthcare, and to business entities. Having just finished, well, almost an interim CEO gig
I've been leading in what these years taught me to do. I watched and copied from the many leaders who came before me as nonprofit board executives. I believe in the future of the economic vitality of the Dayton region and strongly believe the nonprofit cultural, civic, and educational attributes are the best business recruiting tool that we have to offer. Speaking of retirement and raising your pinky, many of you know I served as the interim CEO at the Dayton Society of Natural History, also known as the Boone Shop Museum, after retiring from Key in 2017. Then a year later as interim CEO of the Dayton Performing Arts Alliance for 18 months during the pandemic. I was asked to come in for 90 days to 6 months. 1 month later, the pandemic hit and the DPAA was no longer on the stage. So we didn't pursue the permanent position, and I stayed on through that pandemic, and now have a fabulous head of that, the president and CEO in Patrick Nugent. And then I sat out for a while, not knowing what was going to be next on my plate. Continued to serve on the boards that I'd been invited to stay on after both of those gigs. And then the call came for YW. And I just knew that that was meant to be. I knew that I had a passion for the work, and I also had a personal experience with the Y as a young woman. And I know there are many survivors in this room, so my hat's off to you. We can come through those things. So I will officially retire the 4th time in early June. And I'm excited to transition the team and the organization to Tara Fox Williams, who will join us on June 7th as the permanent CEO. I absolutely love transitioning to the other side of the board table to support the trustees, directors, and organizational staff in ways other than governance, which is what you do in leadership and nonprofits, and help those organizations through transition. As it turned out, I didn't need to print the business card that I planned to do when I retired called Rent a CEO. The calls just came. I've spent nearly my entire life working hard and caring about people. It wasn't that I was driven by money or fame. I was pretty much born geared up to work hard. So that day back in 1990 was the culmination of what I would see growing up. I watched my parents' community involvement in my hometown. In fact, my dad was president of the Junior Chamber of Commerce when I was in my teens. It was only fitting that I became only the 3rd female chair of the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce Board of Trustees in 2017, the year the Chamber of Commerce turned 110 years old. Took them a while. And that legacy has continued. There have been several female board chairs since then, and I know it will continue. In my professional life, that was one board I felt was the epitome of achievement, in part because of my role in banking, but also in my volunteer capabilities I thought I could bring to the table. So what were those experiences which likely brought me to this niche in retirement? One given is nonprofit work has executive turnover. I found myself on the search committees of the Better Business Bureau, the Victoria Theater Association, the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce, and then Dayton Performing Arts Alliance and the Boone Shops. So I felt my experiences with those would translate to assisting the board CEO search committees when I was in the interview process. So how did I find myself continuing to run 3 nonprofit organizations after spending most of my career in banking and finance? It was really a case of being well known in the community and being available. The Boone Shop came about because a former employee and I had had many conversations over the years about her role on the board at the Boone Shop. At the Dayton Performing Arts Alliance, I was on the board before joining the Boone Shop, so I had to go off the one board so I could be the CEO. And I was, again, well known, so they picked up the phone and called me and said, could you come help us with transition? I had time on my hands, some management skills, and the energy to get involved. I served, as I said, on the board at the Boone Shop. I have since then. And I'll talk about a little bit the transition from being a board member to running the organization, the other side of that board table, and the initial expectations that the board had regarding my short-term assignments. The transition from trustee to CEO was really night and day. Moving from a governance role as a board member to the overall executive management of an organization was not, and I'm not being too theatrical, dramatic. My mandate from the chairs of the boards and the executive committee was first to keep the organization moving forward, which was exactly the same charge that I've had for all of them. I would be helping with the search for the new president and the CEO, and I'd like to take a moment to talk about governance versus, I call it reframing as leadership, as I've been on this other side of the table. Boards govern more effectively by taking a leadership approach to their work. Just as complex organizations demand leaders who can work in multiple modes, they demand boards that govern in multiple modes. Essential to carrying out these responsibilities and staying well positioned to pursue opportunities and handle inevitable challenges, there are three modes of governance that together constitute governance as leadership. Type 1, the fiduciary mode, is where boards are concerned primarily with the stewardship of the tangible assets. Type 1 constitutes the bedrock of governance. The fiduciary work is intended to ensure that nonprofit organizations are faithful to the mission, accountable for performance, and compliant with relevant laws and regulations. Without it, governance would have no legitimacy. If a board fails as a fiduciary, the organization, not to mention the donors, the clients, and the community, could be harmed. Type 2, the strategic mode, is where boards develop strategy with management to set the organization's priorities and course, and to deploy resources accordingly. Without type 2, governance would have little power or influence. It would be more about staying on course than setting the course. And type 3, the generative mode, is where boards, along with executives, frame problems and make sense of ambiguous situations. They in turn shape the organization's strategies, plans, and decisions. Because most organizations lack frameworks and practices for this work, it's easy for boards to become bystanders to it, even though it is central to governance. A board's effectiveness increases as board members become more proficient in more modes. A board that excels in one mode or two, but flounders in another, will govern far less effectively than a board that ably works in all three. To succeed, boards need to cross-train so that the muscle memory of one mode doesn't dominate to the detriment of others. Good governing boards guard against overemphasizing one to the exclusion of the others. So let me wrap up my comments with some of my experiences and learnings through my volunteer career. The organization's leadership and staff are uniquely qualified to lead the volunteers. When I was on the chamber board and co-chair of the every 5-year accreditation committee, Linda Ashworth taught me everything I needed to know to serve in that capacity. I had never done that before. Here I was a volunteer. It's a huge undertaking. I unquestionably relied on her to navigate the process, and the chamber received their 5th consecutive 5-star accreditation. I'm proud to say that during my brief tenure at YWCA Dayton, the organization went through an extensive process and was re-accredited. At Think TV, the board entered into potential merger talks, 2 very divergent business cultures. At Victoria Theater, the strategic planning committee delved through 11 different iterations of combining with Art Center Foundation. You now know it as Dayton Live. And at Dayton Ballet, the board participated in a concept of a traveling company in Toledo, who did not have a ballet company. If I am fortunate to be asked again to speak to a group, I will have new experiences and learnings to share. I trust I've just spent a few minutes with you, reminding and refreshing your efforts as committed individuals in your respective organizations. I congratulate all of you in the room today for your work toward the passion and love for giving back to our Dayton region. Thank you.
Well, thank you. That was informative, educational. So the next business card says instructor on how to run your board, your nonprofit board. So here's a great lady to have come to your meetings, to invite to your meetings and learn a little bit from her so that your organizations can run more smoothly. That was really, really, really good. Okay, so now it is time for us to meet our recipients and give them their well-deserved honors. So as I read your name, no, not I, when Pat reads your name, Pat is going to read your name. I want you to come forward and receive your certificate and stand, I get to stand next to you and our photographer will take a picture. Okay, so let's get started.
Okay. Bridget O'Connor. Since Bridget has joined the Altrusa Club of Dayton, she's been incredibly valuable to our club, including assisting with many projects. Her upbeat attitude and enthusiasm is contagious. Thank you for taking on projects and initiatives. Bridget has contributed tremendously to the Altrusa Club of Dayton.
Thank you. Okay.
Melissa Phillips. Melissa's overall excitement to be involved with our community projects is incredibly valuable. Her expertise in archiving will help us keep our records organized and well kept for many years to come. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with our club.
All right.
Letty Hall. Greenbucks is proud to honor, and it is Letty or Letty, President of Greenbucks, the local chapter of National Greenbucks, as our outstanding volunteer of the year. In addition to her duties as president, she evaluates children and veterans for their ability needs and orders adaptive therapeutic tricycles for them, which Greenbucks purchases and gives to children and veterans with physical challenges free of charge. She plans and coordinates light builds where Greenbucks members and friends assemble these trikes. Recently, despite a major family emergency, she coordinated 30 volunteers who assembled 15 trikes over 2 days. She's also created a network of universities in the area to alert students to apply for scholarships. Greenbucks provides to therapy students. On her own, she has initiated an Easter Bunny visitation at the Fairfield Commons Mall for children with sensory issues and multiple challenges, and participates in the Sensitive Santa program at the mall. She also provides a social group for teenagers known as Friday Friends. She gives freely and generously of her time and expertise to enhance the lives of children, veterans, and their families without hesitation. Wow. Carol Graff. Carol Graff has always been involved in her community. Carol's a founding member of the Beaver Creek Women's League and has served on the Beaver Creek Township Board of Zoning Appeals as Beaver Creek Township trustee and the Committee of 11 that fought for the incorporation of Beaver Creek. After a lifetime of dedication to the Beaver Creek community, she was awarded the prestigious E.G. Shaw Award for Community Participation in 1999. A few years ago, the league needed a treasurer, and Carol agreed when asked, without hesitancy. After a lifetime of all she gave, she could have said no. Carol served beyond what was expected and made several changes to our record-keeping system that benefits the organization today. Robin Griffin. Robin is a dedicated advocate for those in need. As a loyal member of Civitan, she's been a joyful volunteer spreading the vision of the organization. A responsible citizen that gives back to the community, Robin is a board member for NAMI of Montgomery County and is passionate about being the voice for the vulnerable behavioral health community and ending the stigma of mental illness. She also serves as team captain for the Pink Ribbon Breast Cancer Walk. Thank you very much. As a survivor, I love that. And as a supporter of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, having family and loved ones affected by these diseases. Robin is a proud mother of Benjamin and grandmother to his child Clayton. Her son was once an at-risk youth, like the many youths of the Dayton Civitans serve at the Victory Project, Building Bridges, and Montgomery County PAAL. These causes are personal and close to her heart. We're proud to have her as a member of the Dayton Civitan Club. She brings positivity and energy, and we appreciate her taking on the role as club secretary this year. She embodies the spirit of a true champion of service. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Alan Kasperzak. Alan is one of our most valuable community volunteers for the extraordinary service he has given to parents, educators, and children who serve throughout the Miami Valley. Alan has ceaselessly volunteered for multitudes of diverse and evolving initiatives since first meeting our founder, William Bell, in 2001. Children's Historical Publishing had only produced one learning activity book when he came on board. To date, he has helped us publish more than 33 books for over 600,000 students to confront educational inequity about underserved topics in local grade schools. Alan has supported our financial efforts by researching multiple grant opportunities and reviewing the applications. He set up our first eBay store in 2005, managing the postings, shipping, and inventory control. In terms of technology, Alan coordinated the development of our first website in 2003, and in 2010, he created our social media presence by setting up a Facebook and Twitter accounts and posting on them regularly. Operationally, he has converted our printed books to digital formats to make them available for more underserved students nationwide. All of our endeavors that have helped educate, empower, and inspire over 500,000 children has been because of the outstanding service of Alan. Dr. Anna McGuire Davis. Board member Dr. Anna McGuire Davis has volunteered with Children's Historical Publishing since 2018. She has demonstrated outstanding character and is a deserving candidate for this award. Anna enriches the lives of others, particularly those who are vulnerable or less able to help themselves, living our mission of serving the at-risk student population and making a profound difference in the lives of young people and the broader community. She volunteers skills and insight gained during her 44 years of teaching and supervisory experience. During her tenure as principal at Rock Hill Elementary in Alliance, Ohio, the school was named one of the Ohio's top 10 schools. In 2018, the first teacher advisory board Anna organized with teachers and curriculum directors from Miami Valley schools. Developed the teacher curriculum guide for At Home for Our Heroes, a history of the Dayton Veterans Administration. Wrote, produced, and directed the standing room only program at Dayton Women's Club, honoring Paul Laurence Dunbar, highlighting the Paul Laurence Dunbar book. For our newest book, Lincoln, The Servant Leader, Anna guided a group of teachers to develop 3 leadership curriculum guides, piloted the leadership program at Dayton Business Technology High School. Congratulations. Nada Ellicott, is that right? Nada continues to spend many hours of her valuable time putting together many events throughout the year for the Dayton Arab American Forum. In April 2023, which is Arab American Heritage Month in the USA, Ohio, Montgomery County, and cities, Nada was able to create and coordinate a calendar of events for children and families throughout the Miami Valley community, through the community libraries, as well as other locations. She did this by coordinating with librarians, school teachers, and religious leaders events to share Arab culture in food, music, and art. Without Nada's expertise, many of these events would not have happened. This calendar was published in the President's Club newsletter recently. Youssef Abdulaziz Elzine. Youssef Elzine, PE, serves as a member of the Dayton Peace Museum Board of Trustees, as a volunteer and a previous member of the Board of Directors for the Dayton Red Cross, as Vice President of the Board of Directors for the Forest Ridge Homeowners Association, and as a member of the University of Dayton's Parents Council. Elzine is a seasoned professional with over 30 years of diversified experience serving the public and private sectors. He holds a master's in civil engineering from Bradley University in Peoria, Illinois, and is licensed as a professional engineer in Ohio, Texas, and Indiana. He is a resident of Dayton, Ohio, was honored to receive the 2021 Outstanding Volunteer of the Year Award from the Dayton President's Club and the recipient of the 2021 Volunteer of the Year Silver Medal from the President of the United States. Molly Hauser. Molly's lifelong exemplary career of volunteer service and leadership talents have enriched the mission outreach of many Miami Valley-based organizations like the Dayton Art Institute, the Metro Library, Friends of the Library, Dayton Federation of Women's Clubs, Opera Guild of Dayton, I love that, and the Dayton Women's Club. A graduate of Fairview High School, Molly continued her lifelong learning activities through college attendance at Muskegon, Ohio State University, Sinclair Community College, and Wright State University. More importantly, Molly readily shares her knowledge, especially of Dayton's history and its leaders. She has researched and reported for future generations to experience and enjoy. Major projects have included Evening with the Dayton Performing Arts, Jewels of the Gem City, and co-chairing the centennial celebration of the Dayton Women's Club in 2016. Molly co-authored book Empowered Women, History of Dayton Women and the Dayton Women's Club, published by Children's Historical Publishing, has helped thousands of girls learn about their heritage and know that they too can make a difference in the lives of people through meaningful service to others. Molly's truly a valued historian, docent asset for the Dayton Women's Club. Dr. Yufeng Wang. Dr. Wang is a professor and community volunteer. Her teaching excellence and community leadership have made a remarkable impact on her students at Sinclair and the greater Dayton community. Dr. Wang is dedicated to helping her students gain authentic learning and global perspectives. Her teaching excellence was widely recognized. She was the recipient of Sinclair's annual Merit Teaching Awards for the past 28 years, the Innovation of the Year Award from the League for Innovation in the Community Colleges in North America, the NISOD Teaching Excellence Award, Ohio Magazine's Excellent Education Award, and Sochi Award for Teaching Excellence. Dr. Wang is a respected volunteer who has tirelessly devoted her time and talent to the enhancement of our community. She has served on the board of many nonprofit organizations, including the Dayton International Peace Museum, Dayton Women's Club, and the Children's Historical Publishing, and brought innovative programs to all these organizations. In addition to connecting the Dayton Women's Club to the breaking community programs that included Native Americans, African Americans, and Asian Americans for the first time in the club's history. Trinity Hill. There she is. Trinity is a very personable young sophomore Navy junior ROTC cadet at Belmont High School with a bright future. She is well-spoken and very poised. She takes school seriously and has excellent grades. She represents Navy junior ROTC superbly and is an example of her classmates to follow. Trinity is an athlete and member of Belmont's track team. Recently, she was chosen to be the MC for the dedication of the Dayton Exchange Club's Freedom Shrine gift to the school, where her poise and presence were clearly on display for an audience of some especially important guests. She was able to be quick on her feet and flexible. Trinity accepted that responsibility without hesitation and will be called on again in the future. Ashley Hollingsworth. As a seasoned chemical dependency counselor, assistant, and caseworker, Ashley has worked with the population of addiction for 8 years, working with individuals who suffer from drug dependency, helping them through their rehabilitative process, and finding solutions to breaking the cycle. She holds a tremendous passion for providing services and support to our community. Her main goal is to guide people toward a path to their recovery and sobriety, thus helping them to reach their full potential of success by understanding and coping with addiction, supporting them with their struggles, barriers, and helping clients to find their way back to their families and sustain meaningful relationships. Paul Lamprinos. Mr. Lamprinos has been an active member of the Exchange Club for approximately 10 years. Over that time, he's been active in our projects and faithful in meeting attendance. Mr. Lamprinos has given his time and resources in support of students at Dayton's Belmont High School for the past 5 years. He has mentored countless students, with including members of the Navy Junior ROTC group at the school. Over the years, he has worked with the Exchange Club of Dayton and others to increase support for Belmont students. This year, he was instrumental in procuring and installing a Freedom Shrine at Belmont High School for the use of all students and teachers. The Freedom Shrine is an impressive display of a collection of historic document replicas that serve to remind all of us of the significant efforts that have been taken to ensure our freedom. Robin McConnell. Robin has been a Navy Junior ROTC cadet for 4 years at Belmont High School. She is the ultimate team player at whatever she undertakes. She was a drill team member and competed in numerous competitions. Robin is the color guard captain and has trained the team well. Belmont's color guard is in demand by word of mouth for its professionalism and willingness to meet community requests. She has served as the Junior ROTC unit's senior chief and functioned as an experienced counselor to many cadets, drawing on her own life experiences and empathy. Robin is also a talented artist whose work can be seen at the Belmont. She recently spent many hours of her own time, for example, an entire Saturday, painting a mural at the location of the Dayton Exchange Club's Freedom Shrine gift to Belmont High School. Robin embodies the concept of selfless service, always putting the needs of others before her own. Robin's been nominated to the National Honor Society, an honor she richly deserves. Her contributions to Navy Junior ROTC and her school, taken together, are hugely significant, and she will be missed when she graduates. Amy Hoover. Amy, one of our relative recent members, moved back to the Dayton area where she grew up. In 2021, she joined our club. Her parents are both members. Steve Powell, her father, is our longest serving member. Amy's been active since she joined. She has helped expand our Lions eyeglasses donation boxes. She set up 2 boxes in Tip City. She's also been helpful with our association with the Victory Project. It's a nonprofit that helps at-risk youth in Dayton. They are taught common skills like handyman, social etiquette, and character development. She co-chaired a dinner we had with them. She's on the board of the Lions Eye Bank of West Central Ohio. In her work before retirement, she was the director of the Jesuit Spiritual Center in Cincinnati. She's always pleasant and willing to help. Sarah Lomach. That's that right? I hope, Sarah.
That's good.
All right, thank you. I asked Tony, that's what he said. Formed in 1995 with 20 members, Riverside Chamber of Commerce has grown to 125 business and organization members. Headquartered within walking distance of the National Museum of the U.S. Air Force, the Chamber is actively engaged year-round with its members and community partners. The Chamber hosts hometown holidays each November, which honors our military, their families, and veterans, and provides an opportunity for Chamber members to network with and promote their businesses. The event also affords nonprofit organizations a chance to raise awareness about their respective causes. Riverside's Chamber will be reintroducing International Dining Night, a series of events that showcase the diverse array of unique, delicious restaurants located throughout Riverside. Riverside's Chamber support includes, but is not limited to, numerous activities at Carroll High School, Mad River Schools, Stebbins High School, including Air Force Junior ROTC, Riverside JCs, United Rehabilitation Services, and the City of Riverside's Community Cleanup and National Night Out. This is the Miami Valley Military Affairs Association. Dan Kirkpatrick. Fairbairn Chamber now boasts more than 300 members. The Chamber works year-round to organize monthly Chamber chats and recently brought back its educational programs, all of which are free to Fairborn Chamber members. The Chamber sponsors 7 community events, each of which enhances networking opportunities by showcasing its members in the community. The Chamber sponsors 7 community events, each of which enhances networking opportunity by showcasing its members to the community. They do that through golf outing, downtown Fairborn Fest, annual banquet, holiday open house, car show, Easter egg hunt, and community prayer breakfast. Proceeds from the above mentioned fundraiser benefit community charities. Sarah Umbright. Sarah's being honored by the Centerville Noon Optimist Club as the 2021 Optimist of the Year, 2021-22 Optimist of the Year. Sarah joined the club in February 2016 and has worked all 3 of our major fundraisers, including our Christmas tree law, golf outing, and our Avenue of Flags program. She is currently the chair of our golf outing this year. She's been on the board of directors and has also served as VP. She is a co-chair of our Children's Health and Wellness Committee and a member of the Social Committee. She can always be seen at all these events that are held by the Centerville Optimist Club: Tri-Star Basketball, Easter Egg Hunt, Safety on Wheels, Americana Festival, and 5K Run, the Got Talent Contest, and if it wasn't enough, she's also the treasurer of the Ohio District of Optimist International. She is most giving of her time and talents, and we're happy to have her as part of our organization. Patrick Earhart. Patrick's being honored by the Centerville Noon Optimist Club as the 2021-22 Optimist of the Year. Patrick joined the Centerville Noon Optimist Club in November 2017 and has participated in several events, fundraisers, and other volunteer activities, including the following: Tri-Star Soccer, Easter Egg Hunt, Big Backyard Party, Party in the Park, Merchant Market, Christmas Tree Lot, and Avenue of Flags. He also served on the board of directors and is currently a VP. He is also on the Finance Committee and Technology Committee. His talents have taken our Optimist Club to new levels with his volunteerism in updating our donation process and online capabilities by adding an online calendar to our website with online sign up as well. He worked with the Golf Committee on using a CRM system to improve the tracking of golfers and sponsors, importing a database before every flag holiday for our Avenue of Flags program. Patrick has been so valuable to the improvement of organization, and this is an award that is well deserved. Catherine Vonderbrink. Catherine's been active in the Riverdale Optimist Club And last year, she assumed the mantle of the President's Club Scholarship Chair. She's been a member of the Riverdale Optimist Club for 5 years and was nominated by her father, Larry Horvath, for the position of the Scholarship Chair for the President's Club of Dayton. She's also active with the Greene County Foundation Scholarships. She's participated in the Optimist Kids Day in the Park and other activities for the Riverdale Optimist Club fundraisings. She is a graduate of Ohio State University with a master's from the University of Dayton. Retired last year after teaching grade school for 35 years in the Beaver Creek school system. Ron Armstrong. Ron Armstrong continues year after year to lead the team that executes the Dorwood Optimist Club's biggest event, the Avenue of Flags. Ron coordinates the efforts of over 70 club members to prepare delivery of flags and service close to the 1,700 accounts in Kettering. Ron ensures that these 1,700 accounts are effectively organized into routes of about 50 flags each, then ensures we have our volunteer driver teams to deliver and care for the flags during the 5 main flag holidays every year. Ron's team raises on the order of $70,000 each year, which is the club uses then to serve the youth of Kettering and other areas of Montgomery County. In addition, Ron is very active as a volunteer for the number of club events that serve our young people and give them support and hope for the future. Ron's an exemplary volunteer and richly deserves this recognition. Judge Fred Dressel. In addition to his significant duties in his full-time position as a judge in the Kettering Municipal Court, Fred Dressel serves our club as an exemplary volunteer. Fred leads the club's annual oratorical contest committee every year. This contest is the oldest legacy event in the Optimist International portfolio. Since 1928, Optimists have provided the opportunity for our best and brightest young people to compete for scholarships and to gain invaluable experience speaking on important and relevant topics before large groups of people. Fred's team consistently brings superb young people to Dorwood and runs a magnificent contest. In addition, Fred serves the club as one of our sergeant-at-arms at weekly lunches and volunteers his time for numerous other club events that serve the youth of Kettering and the surrounding area. Fred's an exemplary volunteer, and he richly deserves this recognition. Billy Anderson. Billy has donated 86 pints of blood to the American Red Cross, founded the African American Postal League United, and is the current president. He's an officer of the local AARP number 120 Princeton chapter and currently vice president of Perry District 3 Chapter 6. He's also a member of other organizations serving in the Miami Valley community. Jamie Crooks. We are honored to nominate Ms. Jamie Crooks. Jamie joined our nonprofit in 2018. She's currently serves as chair of our Huber Heights Chamber of Commerce, and in that role has supports our nonprofit by encouraging others to participate in various events and outreach. I need to talk to her. We have a campus out in Huber Heights. Ms. Crooks serves as our trustee for the Huber Heights Community Cares and serves on various committees, Huber Heights Community Cares and Huber Heights Hometown Heroes. Jamie enjoys the children and families attending our events, and she always attends with a smile on her face and love in her heart to serve. It is with immense joy that we nominate Ms. Jamie Crooks for the Outstanding Member Award. Mrs. Nancy Burge. Nancy is an immense pleasure that we recognize. Nancy is one of our outstanding members today. Nancy joined our nonprofit in 2017 and has been a faithful and dedicated member by attending every program and event without miss. She serves with passion and brings with her a great deal of knowledge And she has also served as a member of Twigs at Dayton Children's Hospital and our local Huber Heights Councilwoman. Nancy is a valuable part of our Huber Heights holiday crew as she plays the role of Mrs. Claus during Toys for Tots distribution and visits area locations in our city during the holiday season with Santa, the Grinch, the Elf, and Officer Nick Lambert. She's a member of all of our sub-outreach committees, including Huber Heights Community Cares and Huber Heights Hometown Heroes. It is an honor to nominate Mrs. Burge for the Outstanding Member Award. Bill Nance. Bill joined the Dayton Rotary Club in 1987 and has been a dedicated volunteer ever since day one. What took him so long to get to this podium? All the work he's done. Because of his professional career in radio, Bill naturally began helping us during our weekly meetings as announcer of news. Every Monday, Bill's always on hand to provide an invocation, lead us in the pledge to the flag, share some news of the day, and a bit of comic relief. I've been there. That's great. Our members have come to expect to hear Bill kick off each meeting with important information, and he always does it with a warm, friendly smile. His dedication to our club and members is remarkable, and we're fairly certain that if we tracked attendance, he would likely have 36 years of perfect attendance at our Monday lunch meeting. Serve our club in a way that few other members can, and for that, we're very grateful and appreciative. We're happy to have this opportunity to recognize Bill for his dedication and his service above self. Pamela Hines Thompson. Pamela came to Twente Inc. 1 year ago, ready to work after reviewing our mission and accepting our invitation to membership. She's been an enormous asset in contributing the success of our organization. Retired from Chase in 2016, her leadership attributes are always on display. Pam has shown herself to be dedicated, demonstrating a willingness to go above and beyond. Skilled, her fundraising, marketing, event planning, and volunteer management are invaluable to us. Collaborative, she's a team player who works effectively with our members. Pam's innovative and bringing fresh ideas to help drive change or growth. Passionate, her enthusiasm has been contagious and has inspired others. She's reliable, she's dependable and trustworthy to deliver quality work and follow through on her commitments. Pam's a mother of two and grandmother of young Charles. She graduated from Jefferson Township High School and lived many years in Kentucky, where she graduated from Midway College in Midway, Kentucky. As a volunteer servant leader in her community, Pam was an indispensable Progressive National Baptist Church leader and a member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. She returned to Dayton after the passing of her parents. Her hobbies include travel, dancing, and event coordination. We're honored to nominate Pamela Hines Thompson for this prestigious award. Marilyn Stepney. Marilyn's been a member of Plain Faith since 2015, focused and committed to contributing to the greater Dayton community through volunteerism and fundraising. She served as financial secretary and co-chair of the budget committee for 7 years. Additionally, she served on the special events, resource, and creative arts committees. She's currently chair of the membership and wellness committee and serves on fundraising, bylaws, and Founders Day committees. Her affiliations and community involvement include Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, Beta Eta Omega chapter, where she was previously served as the undergraduate advisory council. Marilyn is a graduate of Park University in Parkville, Missouri, where she received a Bachelor of Science degree in management. She received her Master's of Science degree in management from Indiana Wesleyan University. Her leadership and dedication to her work as a special assistant to the provost and vice president for academic affairs at Central State University commands the respect of academia and the community. Marilyn's an adjunct professor at Central State. She's a graduate of the Presidential Leadership Institute and a 3-time recipient of the Exemplary Customer Service Award. Marilyn enjoys shopping and traveling. I put shopping in front of traveling. She's the mother of one daughter, Kyra. Today we salute Our twin sister, Marilyn Steph.
Wow. Now you see why our community cannot survive without us. We all do so much. There's so many things that people benefit from because of our nonprofit organizations. And I'm really proud of everyone and proud to be a part of the President's Club and our long-standing history of recognizing servant leaders in our communities. So before we go, it's not 9 o'clock yet. On your table, you may have seen this. It's from our newsletter, and Tony sends out the newsletters. Your president should have received them, and some people are on the mailing list. But our next meeting is this Wednesday, May 17th, and we are going to be at the Dayton Women's Club. The meeting starts, we eat lunch at 11:30. It ends at 1 o'clock on the dot. And we are having the president of Kettering College come and some Ukrainian students, medical students who have come here to further their education because it was interrupted by war. So we thought it would be interesting to hear their stories and discuss with Kettering Hospital. And let's see, does it say it on here that Kettering Hospital is a Seventh-day Adventist church? Hospital, but in Ukraine, I had no idea that they have about 64 Seventh-day Adventist churches. Never knew that. Never thought about it, what their religion was or anything. But this is going to be a very interesting discussion. We always have really, really good, interesting people come and speak on the third Wednesday of every month. So I hope you'll be there. Now, we are having something on the back page here. Our June meeting is going to be on a Tuesday, and we're going to have more information about that. But we're bringing in, we're collaborating with the Miami Valley Military Affairs Association, and we're bringing in Rear Admiral Tom Williams from the U.S. Navy. He's going to be our guest speaker. We're going to be at Sinclair College, and we will get more information out about the cost of the lunch, and it will start at, I think, 11 o'clock, but that will be in our newsletter, and hopefully we can get the information out to everyone so you can come out and experience this talk with our with the Rear Admiral. The other thing that I want to mention is our Citizen Legion of Honor Award nomination. The deadline is approaching. It is going to be May 31st. So if there's someone in the community that you want to nominate for the committee to review to be chosen to be the Citizen Legion of Honor recipient this year, please, our website has a link. You can go online there and you can download the information and get it back to us. All the instructions are there. There's one sheet on each table. So if someone is interested or you all can share the information, I would appreciate it if you do that. I don't know how many people have been up on the 3rd floor at the convention center. How many people have seen our Wall of Honor? And that's what the Citizen Legion of Honor is all about. That's where the recipients since 1951, their profiles are there. And so we want to continue that legacy. And if you have someone that you'd like to nominate, please do so. I think I mentioned everything. Where's Tony? Anthony, anything else? Oh, yes. Please remember, you're gonna take them over there? Okay, so your group, please go over to the wall there and our photographer will take your picture. Whatever. No, the whole club. Oh, okay. And our newsletter comes out around the first of every month. But what we would like is if you're having a golf outing, if you're having a fundraiser, to send that information in to Tony. Now that, again, is in our newsletter. If somebody wants to take this, take the lead on this, whatever activities you all are having, we would like to publish it in the newsletter so everyone can see it and participate. Because we do need to keep our organization strong and keep the activities going, because our communities do benefit from everything that everybody does. And it's just been a wonderful morning, and I hope everyone has a great day. We're going to have our benediction now from Reverend Dr. Green. And God bless you all, and please be safe.
Congratulations to all. Now let this blessing from Psalm 20. May the Lord answer you when you are in distress. May the name of the God of Jacob protect you. May God send you help from the sanctuary. May He remember your sacrifices and accept your offerings. And may God give you the desires of your heart and make all your plans succeed. Amen.
Thank you.
Much heartache. You know, matter of fact, I have. And one came up with- it's like that one, you can't find it, you can't find it. You can never find it. So I opened a car door, and here down by the seatbelt floor mount, here it is.
All right. Good morning. How are you today? Fine, thanks. She would meet for like 20 hours every week. Get me ready, you know, just move cars. So I move. Once I go up on Thursday, close on Friday, and I have been every day on Saturday, gourmet on Sunday. And then I have to inundate her stuff. That's all. No, I gotta go. Okay, all right. Well, good to see you. Oh, so I guess we need to get over here. Rennie.
But it's not true.
Yeah. But you Oh. Yeah, okay.